Hello. Hey guys. This whole quarantine thing has been driving me kind of crazy, and I feel like I have done everything that there is to do for today, so I figured I would film a little video. I'm also working on my bullet journal at the moment, so I'm thinking I can just record like a little life update while I color in some of the pages. So real quick on my bullet journal, I am not very good at doing what you're supposed to do in terms of bullet journaling. You know that the whole point is that you use things like bullet points and keep all the notes really short and to the point, and use a lot of symbols and all that, but I use it as a way to kind of just relax and take my mind off things and draw and color and write if I need to. So I normally actually start off each month with like a calendar. I'll smack myself in the face with that. Then like a little quote and a habit tracker. And then I'll have like a tasks page and just like a random other page if I have anything else going on that month that I need to like keep track of. So I am just about to start my April page. Still pretty blank. I drew like some flowers here in the corner and marked off the pages or the boxes for each day, but that's really all I've done so far. But yeah, I actually keep all of my pens in here. It's a really cute little bag I bought from TJ Maxx, and it came with this one as well, which says vacation vibes. I keep all my dual like brush pens that I like a lot. Hopefully that's not too loud. I also have like these thinner pens that a friend actually gave to me for Christmas. And these other ones that I've had for a while. So I don't know what it's like where you guys are living, but over here we've actually had a stay-at-home order like placed by our governor, meaning that unless you're considered like an essential worker, you are not supposed to leave your house, unless it's to go to let's say to get groceries or medical help. I am actually an essential worker, so the company that I work for is not closed right now. I work at a manufacturing plant that produces parts for aircraft engines, sometimes, you know, going into defense pieces, and can also be used in generators for hospitals. So we are a critical business, still working full-time, which I kind of have mixed feelings about. On one hand, I feel super blessed that my job is stable. I know too many people, especially back in my hometown, are being let go right now with no pay, so that's scary. But on the other hand, it's very frustrating knowing that we're putting ourselves at risk every day going to work, and what we can do at work has also been greatly limited since we're trying to follow the 6-foot social distancing rule, which isn't very easy to do in a manufacturing plant. So it's hard to do what we're required to do on a daily basis. It's hard to get everything done. You really can't be standing next to people. It makes it hard to help out others on the shop floor. Tensions have been kind of high too. A lot of the workers are frustrated that we're still working. And again, I just have mixed feelings since I've heard as manufacturing plant, even in other countries where they've taken the shutdowns a bit more seriously, they still stay up and running because it's necessary to the economy. But, you know, just scary stuff. I'm also kind of worried with everything going on because my fiance and I are supposed to be buying a house. We already had an offer approved, or accepted, I guess, by sellers on the house we really liked. And normally here you have 10 days to get an inspection. But a couple hours after we scheduled our inspection, the governor issued a stay-at-home warning, or stay-at-home order. And our inspector texted us and canceled. So luckily everyone's been really understanding. The sellers know that this is just like a crazy time right now. The house that we're buying is actually already empty, so I think that they've already moved out. But they understand with all the fears going on, you know, or all the restrictions going on, it might take a little bit longer than we would like to get everything done. It's just kind of a weird limbo spot right now since the offer was accepted, but it's kind of hard to move forward without having the inspection. I think my biggest fear is that we're going to keep moving forward with everything else, and then in a couple weeks we'll get the inspection done and something, you know, terrible comes up on the house. So knock on wood, that's not the case. I do not understand how people can like freehand lines. I started trying to trace this, but look at how like not straight it is. I don't know how to do it. I went back home over winter break, and I was spending some time with my younger sister. She is actually into like calligraphy and bullet journaling and all that stuff, and I was trying to show off like, oh yeah, I know how to do it too. And we just sat down at the kitchen table and we're like working on something like this. And I pulled out like a ruler and I was trying to make everything perfect. And I looked over and she was drawing these perfect lines, like tracing over it in marker with no ruler or anything. They were coming out so nice. I was like, wow, like how do you get that done? And she's like, I don't know, I just do it. So I wish I could do that too. So I actually have a lot of big life events going on. Maybe not right now, but they're supposed to happen this year. So in addition to buying a house, my fiance and I are getting married, hopefully still, in October. Again, with everything going on, it's kind of scary. I joined like a Facebook group for people who are supposed to be getting married this year, and a lot of them have already had to postpone their weddings. I feel like October is far enough away that things will have cleared up by then. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to continue, you know, booking a lot of vendors calling different venues for like the rehearsal dinner and placing like a deposit if I might need to cancel. We actually got engaged a while ago, almost a year now. It was last April. And I've already booked a lot of the big vendors, so we have our venue booked. Our floor is booked. Our photographer. Who else? I already have my wedding dress. The DJ, caterer, and a cake baker are all included with the venue. So I've picked all the big ones already. We haven't paid anything in full yet, and I don't think I will until I'm obligated to by the contract I signed with them, just in case something does change and I need to postpone the wedding. But I still need to book a makeup artist and like a hairstylist for the day. We know where we want to have our rehearsal dinner and received a quote already, but we aren't going to sign until you know, things kind of clear up a bit. I think those are the big ones left, but I feel like I'm in this weird limbo. I want to keep researching different vendors to go with, or getting some final touches for decorations and stuff, because I really just have a basic idea right now, but I want to finalize some of the things. But I also don't want to get too excited or too invested if we need to postpone it. I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, but part of me hopes we do have to postpone it so my fiance and I can just get married kind of in a small way and save that money for, you know, for the house. But we'll see. Oh shoot. I marked something that I didn't want to. What else is going on? I'm really curious to hear what you guys have been doing while self-isolating a bit. I have been trying to do a workout at home every day after coming home from work. I don't think I get as good of a workout as I would, let's say, at the gym. But like today, I was actually starting to feel a little bit sore. I don't have any dumbbells or a lot of equipment. All I really have here is a yoga mat that I also got at TJ Maxx. And these mini like resistance bands. Those have been really nice. And most of the workouts I do are for legs. And I'm trying to get abs. So for abs, I should start trying to find more like body weight, full body workouts. There's a lot of content available on like Instagram or just online, so I don't think it'll be an issue to really find anything. It's kind of funny because, you know, I'm at work most of the day, but I'm not used to having all this time. Well, I was gonna say I'm not used to having all this time at home, but I feel like even when we weren't, you know, on this lockdown, my fiance and I probably stayed home most of the time. Occasionally we would, you know, go out to eat. I hope you don't mind, I'm just going back and erasing all the lines from the pencil. But yeah, occasionally we would go out to eat. You know, we really like going to the movies. I actually really like popcorn, so that was the big reason why we would go to the movies. But I guess also sometimes we would, on the weekends, we would go out to the breweries here. I really like dancing. Sometimes we would go out dancing, but for the most part after work, I guess all we would really do, maybe go to the gym twice or 3 times during the weekdays. And then, you know, cook a little bit. But we would really try to do most of the cooking on Sunday to just have leftovers the rest of the week. It sucks to cook every single day and, you know, do dishes every day. But yeah, so I felt like the quarantine wouldn't really affect us as much. Just removing all the eraser. Anyway, but there's something about being told that you can't do something, I think, that really makes you want to do it. So now I'm like desperate to, you know, go out to eat, go hang out with friends. And it feels like every day is just super, super long, which is kind of nice, I guess, but I don't know, sometimes it feels like too much. So my goal to try to not go crazy is that when I get home, I want to organize like one thing in the house. So I could be putting away clean clothes, folding clothes, maybe organizing like our little office desk that we have, cleaning all the tables or something, like the coffee table and the kitchen table, fit in a workout. What else? Do something creative, so either, you know, reading a book, or that's not very creative, but like reading a book, working on my bullet journaling, just little things like that. And then what else? There's something else. Work on something creative, organize. Oh, and cook dinner and like lunch for the next day. I always bring leftovers to work. So I would say I stuck with that pretty well last week. It went well, I think. And we'll see how it continues to go. Today, you know, it's the weekend, so it felt like today was endless. I did a workout, tried learning like a dance, and that didn't happen. We cooked a bunch, made burgers with like mushrooms and bacon. Yesterday I made like gnocchi with mushrooms and onions. My fiance do the dishes. That's like what he does. He does the dishes and I'll put them away. I get grossed out. I don't know, touching the dirty dishes. Went for like a little walk when we went to get the mail. I'm doing this. I'm like already showered. I'm ready for bed, but it's so early. So for my April page, I wanted originally to have this in pink, like a light pink, but I don't have any like these big markers to write April in like a pink. So I might still do the flowers like in that color. And I'm wondering if the orange looks kind of nice with it. Let's put April in orange. I have like red, but I feel like I've used red a lot. Normally, this is gonna sound silly, but normally I will actually like Google, you know, what color matches well with light pink, and it'll give me suggestions. But because I am recording this on my phone, I actually can't